Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having an Aquarius Sun and a Scorpio Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, these signs are square by sign. They are incompatible by sign. They are both fixed signs, so they do have that in common, but not a whole lot else. Aquarius Sun, okay, Aquarius is a masculine sign, it's extroverted. Aquarius can be strongly about humanitarianism and friendship and going out, meeting all different people. And you have, and it can be very sociable and communicative as well. Now you have a Scorpio Ascendant who really, in a lot of ways, is almost the antithesis as far as the having that universal friend syndrome is what I call Aquarius, because Scorpio rising can be mysterious, secretive, and very introverted. Scorpio is a feminine sign, and it's a lot less extroverted than Aquarius Sun, obviously, and they generally are going to take their time in meeting people, in friends, and really the basic wants. I mean, you have like the Aquarius Sun, as I've talked about before in previous videos about the friendship. The thing about having the Scorpio rising, though, this person may take a while to really entrust others and really and feel that trust from other people. So it might take them a little bit more time to make friends, but when they do, they could be very sustained friendships. And having one thing about having two fixed signs as your sun and ascendant, it can make the person very, not on the negative side, somewhat intractable and intransigent, but also can be very loyal and steadfast person and a very good ally and friend to somebody. Well, anyway, in a natal chart, I should say, the sun sign represents our basic wants, while the rising sign or ascendant can represent the manner or method in which one attains these basic wants. So, for Aquarius Sun, the basic wants could be connected with freedom, friendship, collective efforts, doing things for the collective good, sometimes even global matters, being different, unique, just kind of being unique and standing out, perhaps being part of a group, reform, being progressive. Also, the wants can be connected with goals and aspirations even. And having a Scorpio Ascendant, the manner or method in which this person may attain one or more of these Aquarius Sun basic wants can be done but perhaps by detecting duplicity. Well, how would that be? Well, for example, I mean, as far as the friendships go, understanding which people can be potential friends and really having that discerning eye and being able to detect duplicity. And perhaps even one or more of those basic ones can be attained through Scorpio rising resourcefulness, by their tenacity, and perhaps even through that indomitable will and spirit, such as the aspirations, such as getting the right friends and allies, perhaps even matters connected with freedom. Somebody may, having that Scorpio strong will, could really help this person out in terms of matters if they feel that maybe they're tied down, for example, with the wrong person, or they've been confined and maybe with their family too long, or staying with them, for example, as opposed to branching out on their own. So that would be some examples connected with that. And perhaps through as far as when you look at Aquarius Sun, the thing connected with reform can be done with that strong will, with that indomitable Scorpio rising spirit, so to speak, and really, and also being a part of the group, doing things in a way, finding that right group by using that Scorpio rising detective ability, so to speak, and getting to the bottom of things and finding out which groups may be the ones that are credible and the ones that will suit them the best, so to speak, by using that Scorpio rising ability, perhaps for deep research. Now, it could also be done, perhaps one or more of these Aquarius Sun basic wants can perhaps be done through maybe one of these Scorpio rising like professions such as psychology, psychiatry, maybe through somehow maybe something connected with forensics as far as the aspirations go, I should say, because that's the goals. Aquarius Sun could be very goal oriented, and these goals may be tied into one or more of these things, like I said before: psychology, psychiatry, perhaps forensics, detective work, law enforcement, surgery, even, and perhaps working as a locksmith, something with astrology, the occult, supernatural. This could be somebody that might be able to do something connected with computers and electronics, because that could be an Aquarius Sun thing, and perhaps be able to apply the Scorpio rising mechanical skill in that, as far as like computer electronic repair, for example, or somebody that might work in like computer forensics, because Aquarius can have that affinity for computers, electronic type devices, and you have the Scorpio rising, they could apply that ability to getting to the bottom of things. So that's why I say as far as the forensics goes. So computer forensics could be an ideal, perhaps, profession for this person. Well, anyway, people, it's also important to look at the aspect, if any, that is made between the Sun and Aquarius and the Scorpio Ascendant, as this can indicate whether these energies may integrate or not integrate as well. Now, in many cases, you will have the square aspect. As you know, they are square by sign. Let's say you have Aquarius Sun at 14 degrees and a Scorpio Ascendant at 16 degrees. That would form a square aspect, which could be adverse or adversarial, and they are square by sign to begin with. So if you have the square aspect, this could kind of intensify perhaps some negative blending with these two energies, and have difficulty in integrating them. And even if the person is not cognizant of his or her astrological placements, it could indicate that this person might feel somewhat misconstrued or misunderstood by others due to the fact that what they're projecting outwardly may be strongly different than what is going on inside, which could cause some inner exasperation and tension. Now, on the positive side, you can have an out-of-sign sextile or trine aspect take place, which is auspicious and positive. Let's say, for example, let's take an out-of-sign sextile aspect. Let's say if the Aquarius Sun is at 1 degree, Scorpio Ascendant is at 29 degrees. That would form an out-of-sign sextile aspect, which could be positive and auspicious, and you could have a better integration and blending of these energies as opposed to the square aspect. Yes, they are still incompatible by sign, but you could still have a little bit better blending or integration with the sextile aspect. And the same would apply for a trine, out-of-sign trine aspect. Let's say the Aquarius Sun is at 29 degrees and the Scorpio Ascendant is at 1 degree. That would form an out-of-sign trine aspect, which would be the similar description as what I described before with the sextile. Well, anyway, it's also important to look at the house placement of the Sun in Aquarius, because even though the Scorpio rising or ascendant may strongly suppress that Aquarius Sun energy, at least superficially, the Sun and Aquarius energy may still come out at least somewhat prominently in matters connected with that particular house it resides in. Let's say that the Sun in Aquarius is posited in the 3rd house. Well, this could indicate that a strong cerebral energy, that perhaps even that ingenuity or that the eccentric side might come out, perhaps in matters connected with their communication. They might have some new ideas connected with this, or they might be very unpredictable, sometimes maybe spontaneous in matters as far as this goes, and with siblings perhaps if applicable. If the Sun in Aquarius is posited in the 4th house, it could indicate that this person might show that eclectic, ingenious, perhaps even unorthodox energy, perhaps in matters pertaining to home and family. This could be somebody that comes up with a lot of good ideas, for example, for interior decoration. That would be one example. Or what likes to equip their home with a lot of modern and technology and newest innovations. And let's say the Sun in Aquarius is posited in the 5th house. Well, this could indicate that this person might bring perhaps some of that unpredictable and spontaneous Aquarius Sun energy into matters connected with children, if applicable, maybe in matters with romance And also, it could indicate that maybe this person might have some unusual or unorthodox hobbies and interests, such as esoteric subjects. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Aquarius and a Scorpio Ascendant in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having an Aquarius Sun and a Sagittarius Ascendant in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.